Howdy. In 2008, Pepsi introduced a limited edition line of Pepsi Cola called Pepsi Throwback. It was made with real cane sugar. It had a little bit more sugar, actually, and it was pretty much like the retro kind made back in the 1970s and 1990s before they switched to corn syrup based formula. So it's pretty much, it was like the original stuff that they had back in the day, and they released it for it was originally for a limited time sale, but now you can get Pepsi Throwback products kind of like this, made of real cane sugar. You can get them pretty much any grocery store today. You can get Mountain Dew ones, you can get Dr. Pepper ones. In 2014 they brought it back, but instead of calling it Pepsi Throwback, they called it Pepsi made with real cane sugar. In the summer of this year, 2014, they released two very rare, very limited edition flavors of Pepsi made with real cane sugar. One of them was called Wild Cherry. You can get Wild Cherry Pepsi anywhere nowadays. It's the cherry flavored one, but the one made with real cane sugar is the really rare one. That is, it's only available for the summer of 2014, and they're going to discontinue it. Back in the 90s, they released a flavor called Pepsi Vanilla. Vanilla Pepsi was only available for a very limited time. You can only get Pepsi Cola, the cane sugar based one, the vanilla flavored one, just now. And it's the really rare one. There's the Wild Cherry one and there's the Vanilla Pepsi one. And it's the Vanilla Pepsi one made with real cane sugar is what I'm gonna be reviewing today. This was ridiculously hard to find. A friend and I went all over town. We went to the Safeways, we went to the ShopRites, we went to Lucky's. I heard an ad about it on the radio, but we couldn't find it anywhere until we went to a 7-Eleven on the north side of town near the freeway, and we saw a few bottles. It's not only available in bottles, it's available in a few cans, but like I said, only until September of 2014 you're going to be seeing these things. Now, unlike the Coke Vanilla, which is available in stores, you can only get a Pepsi Vanilla by going to a Pepsi Touch Tower system. It's called a Pepsi Spire. In 2007, Coke released a prototype Coke Freestyle machine, which was a touchscreen based system where you can select different flavors of your Coke products. So you can get a Sprite Orange, you can get a Dr. Pepper Cherry Vanilla, you can get a Coke Lime, like a Coke Lime. These were incredibly popular, and they're available in most Burger Kings and most Wingstops and most Rotten Robbie gas stations in California, and pretty much all over the country, but they're not insanely popular as the standard syrup-based soda fountain ones. Pepsi Spire is a new thing that just came out in 2013. They are not available everywhere. They have a bigger selection, but I think you can only get them at certain Taco Bells and AMC movie theaters. In fact, it says on the website that there are only 2 places in California where you can actually find the Pepsi Spire, and they're at 2 Taco Bells in Los Angeles. Pepsi Spire is an extremely new, very experimental system, but but as of now, the Pepsi Spire is the only place in the United States and probably the world where you can get an authentic vanilla flavored Pepsi. And for a limited time in 2014, you can actually get them in bottles, but it's only for a limited time. It's only through September of 2014, then they're going to discontinue it. So it's a very rare opportunity, unless you find a Pepsi Spire, which is hard to get, hard to find, and where these, you can pretty much get them almost anywhere in the US now. Actually, I'm going to take that back. Actually, you can't really get these anywhere in the United States. They're only at a select location. They're only at certain places, like certain 7-Elevens, certain gas stations, Shell stations. I couldn't even find these at the supermarket. I had to find these at a 7-Eleven. I've never tried one before. This is going to be my first time. As you can see here, limited. I don't know if the focus is okay. Yeah, limited time only. And it has the original Pepsi Cola brand using like the 1950s vanilla based. And so I'm gonna try it. I never had one before. 66 grams of sugar. Holy shit. 250 calories in the bottle. Just because it's made with real cane sugar does not mean it's good for you. Okay. First taste. smells like a vanilla Coke. I was gonna say it kind of tastes like a vanilla Coke, but it actually doesn't. This kind of tastes better. Wow. It's like the, it's kind of like a dad's root beer. Kind of like an original, like, draft brewed root beer you get at Bevmo every once in a while for $1.39. But it has a better aftertaste. Like, you can actually taste the vanilla extract a few seconds after you gulp it down. I don't know if that's a good thing for your body, but, another reason to love America. It's thick. It's pretty. Yeah. It's pretty thick. It's a lot thicker than our original Pepsi that you would get in a store. But it's not as thick as the Pepsi you get in the store. It's because you actually you can kind of tell when you drink an original Pepsi and you drink something like this, a throwback, that the corn syrup is kind of there. You can kind of taste the corn syrup a little more. It's a little bit thicker. It's a little bit but this one kind of goes straight down. This is holy shit, this is good. Wow. The vanilla kind of tastes a little fake. Like, you can kind of tell it's a flavoring, but yeah, in the ingredients, it actually looks like it's caramel. Looks like it's caramel, not really, So it's delicious. Right now, Pepsi Cola Throwback, you can get Pepsi Cola Throwback in, US, Canada, and some parts of Australia, but the Pepsi Cola Wild Cherry flavored and the Pepsi Cola Vanilla flavored is only available in the United States, and I think some parts of Ontario. But, maybe if it becomes really popular, they might ship it worldwide. I don't really see that happening, though. I mean, there's been flavors of Pepsi that have only been released in Europe, only been released in Japan, certain flavors that have been only exclusive to South America, even some that you can't even get in other parts of the country. But this is pretty much a regional, national United States thing. This was really hard to get. I looked all over town for this. We drove around. And it's like liquid candy. I'm gonna stop drinking this. I'm gonna put it away, and I'm gonna save that for later. Thanks for watching my stupid ass video.